Hey kids, this is Aaron from the podcast that wouldn't die, and Kevin and I use Zencastr. You think you're better than us, that you're using something else? You're wrong. Zencastr's the place to be. Who are you to deny it?
It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log in using your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code DIEHARD and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. We want you to have the same experiences we do for all our podcasting and content needs. It's time for you to share your story.
Only a fool would give up a chance for a 30% discount.
100 years ago, there was a series of murders so grisly.
Some theorize that Jack the Ripper was a medical man. I believe that would also apply in this case.
Human mutilations so meticulous.
My brother didn't kill anybody.
That an entire city was paralyzed in fear. Now, 100 years later to the day, the Ripper has returned.
Welcome to the latest episode of the podcast that wouldn't die. I'm your host, Kevin. With me, as always, is Aaron.
Hello.
This week, we're discussing the horror classic, Jack's Back, starring James Spader and some other vaguely recognizable actors. How's about that?
Robert California, you forced me to deep dive James Spader. Such a interesting character.
Interesting. I love a little Spader, but I have to say, I know you're partial to kind of 2000s Spader, but I like that good 80s Spader.
Sex,
right?
Lies, and Videotape Spader.
Is that 90 or is that 90s?
I don't know.
Unclear.
It's the 1900s either way.
Either way. Each week on the podcast that wouldn't die, we discuss guilty pleasures and forgotten classics of the horror and sci-fi genres with a comedic twist. Aaron, what's the latest with you?
Well, I was watching my soap opera EastEnders. All hell's breaking loose right now. I'm preparing to gather my horror team because a week from Sunday, meeting with Gag Me with a Chainsaw to compete for glory and riches at Halloween pub quiz at Tiki Co.
So the question remains, who is your all-star horror team in the greater Bakersfield area?
It's me and random people who want to show up on a Sunday and drink tiki drinks. It's me.
So you're the Michael Jordan.
I'm not saying that we win. I'm just saying that I'm the one with the most knowledge.
And your knowledge is fairly lacking, if I'm being honest. Friends can tell each other the truth, right?
My problem is I just forget. Or there's whole categories like not the Frightener, but what's that clown that we haven't watched?
Terrifier.
The Terrifier. See, shit like that, like Pumpkinhead, I had no knowledge. And when it goes to deep horror movies like Jason 25 or Scream 67, 6 and 7.
67.
Then I'm gone. Because I like good movies. I want them to be horror and good.
Here's the
cold hard reality. If it was all Conjuring, I could be down.
We have done over 320 episodes of this show, and you have not retained 1 ounce of any of that knowledge.
Dude, this is like cramming for a test. The information only has to be in there for a little bit of time, and then it's got to go and be with Jesus.
Fair.
Speaking of James Spader, he has photographic memory.
Is that true?
That's what it says. That's why it makes it very easy for him to learn lines.
Oh, sounds good. No,
unlike him, I have short-term memory. It's in there just long enough.
You're like Memento.
Dude, I'm Memento. Except, you know what? Did you ever watch it again, or people only watch that movie once?
No, I've seen it many times. I enjoy it a great deal. You haven't even seen it once, have you?
I've seen it once, but
But you don't
he's not my
remember.
he's not my favorite actor. I mean, Guy Pearce was in Priscilla.
Priscilla.
I
Yeah.
enjoy Priscilla. He was in what was the Hollywood one with Kim Basinger?
LA Confidential.
LA Confidential. I've seen that a couple of times, but he's not my favorite.
Okay. That's all you got to say.
I'm prejudiced against Australian actors.
And I will say
that
this.
information is in there, but
It's in there.
Frightener 25, that's just kind of drifting across the brain cells just for a moment.
And remember, not called Frightener. That's a different
Whatever.
movie.
It is the Frightener is a different movie. Some might say a better movie. But
Some might say. And it's also plural, the Frighteners. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. One thing I want to say.
I feel like you're trying to hump my leg. Now, don't make me reach across the stratosphere and slap you.
What I do is mansplaining. It is targeted mansplaining. 100%.
Because you can't do it in your house. Otherwise, Kevin was here. We don't know what happened.
We don't know what happened. A shot right to the balls. 100%.
Is that a new garden in your backyard? A lot of tomatoes growing back there? Some endangered species that can't be disturbed?
Endangered species, yes. No, what I was going to say is I was on our friend Ian's amazing podcast, The Best Film Ever, and he had me on because he was doing like trivia. It was like a trivia bonanza. And I actually won twice. I was back-to-back winners of it. But the way I do it, I'm like one of those athletes that there's no prep, just rolls out of bed and does reasonably well against other people just rolling out of bed.
Right.
When I came back the third time, I was against people who clearly had done some homework, who were like ready to roll with like their useless trivia that they had scooped up. I think they knew it was like a Christmas themed episode. So they were like in there looking at every possible Christmas horror movie that they could think of. And I was just like, I don't know. I just rolled out of bed. What are you talking about? It's 8:00 in the morning. I don't know what to tell you.
I think the thing with you though, is you specialize for a very 80s collection, which is super popular, especially with men your age. So
Men of a
you
certain
come
age.
off like a professor of 80s nonsense. Whereas I am more of, say, an intellectual.
Okay.
I prefer the quality films.
Such as?
Rosemary's Baby, which I snuggled up on my couch this weekend and watched again.
Not bad.
Such a classic.
You know what I want to dig out? I mean, we're gonna be watching. This episode will come out. It'll probably be like Christmas time or whatever. But right now, when we're recording it, it is Halloween time.
I was like, we got that much in the bank?
Maybe we do. But I want to dig out The Omen again and hit that one more time. That's a good classic.
Classic Omen?
Classic Omen. Gregory Peck doing his thing.
Dude, I love that. And I love the Seinfeld where Kramer and Elaine were talking about it. And Kramer's like, he was just a rambunctious kid. What do you mean?
It was all for you.
It's all for you, David. I love The Omen.
Oh, it's dynamite. It is goddamn dynamite. Anyway, that's not
here pure classic. Pure classic.
It's good
times.
David
Warner's in it. Another 80s hero.
Love David Warner. Anyway.
One of these days, we'll bust it out. And I put it out to bring out today, but I forgot to bring it in the room. But one of my deep dives at used record store, estate sale, I found the soundtrack to Time After Time.
No Cyndi Lauper in there.
Boom! Yeah, I think I got it at a music festival. They have a pop-up record store at the festival. So I had to pay extra so they'll hold it for me. It was ridiculous.
And it's got your
Because
love, Malcolm
they
McDowell,
know
on
I'm
there.
drunk and shopping for random $6 records. Do you want that in a bag? Yes. You want us to hold it? Yes. That's going to be $35. Wait a minute. All my record, I have 3 records and they're $2 each. What? But you don't notice that because you're drunk. That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
This math ain't mathin'.
No can do. Now, Aaron, give us your 30-second synopsis of Jack's Back.
Oh my God, Kevin. I could make no sense of this fucking movie. There's twin Spaders, not as good as twin Jeremy Irons, though.
No.
Twin Spaders, one is killed by a dude named Jack, who's supposed to be channeling Jack the Ripper.
Nope.
But in the what?
Nope.
Shut your mouth. It's supposed to be channeling Jack the Ripper, but in the end, it's not even him.
No. This movie. I watched
They
it for
mentioned Jack the Ripper at least 45 times.
Oh, 100. Yeah. This movie is ridiculous. I watched it for
Who recommended this bullshit? I
recommended it to myself.
This is a class. When I texted you, thank you for introducing me to this amazing film. I hope you could taste the sarcasm.
No, I could not. I thought you're legitimately a Spader file, if you will. I did not sense the sarcasm.
And now my feeds are nothing but James Spader. I'm like, now TikTok just fucking reads my mind. I mean, it wasn't like I watched it on my phone, but now TikTok is just like,
they know.
James Spader.
They know. 100%. No, I saw this. Actually, I saw this a couple weeks ago. And I was kind of wrestling with,
do we want to do this on the show? You saw it a couple of weeks ago. Just last night, you said you hadn't seen it yet.
I needed to watch it again. I needed to watch it again to make sure I know what the hell I'm going to say. I need it fresh, Aaron. I got to have it fresh. I can't have no stale, experience.
Nothing fresh about this. This is all stale. This is an old bone that's been left out over the summer. It's desiccated. Even the stray cats don't want it. This ain't fresh.
It ain't
not
fresh.
A stray cat strut.
Oh, sweet Jesus. So, okay, I admitted that I saw this a couple weeks ago and then watched it again last night. You had never seen this before. Is that correct?
Never seen it. The only thing I know about Jack's Back is when they brought the clown back to Jack in the Box. And let me tell you, yes. Jack in the Box is much tastier than this little bit of Spader.
And I have to say, Jack in the Box sucks. Let's call it what it is.
No. Let's be clear.
Lay it on me.
Tiny tacos. That's all you need to know. That is all you
need avoid? To know. Is that what you're saying?
I will tell you, I hate most fast food, but I was always obsessed with Taco Bell. But now Taco Bell legitimately sucks. Which is no. I love them and they hurt me. So now I hate them. So now it's Jack in the Box, Boba Tea, Tiny Taco. And frankly, I'm at that point where I'm like, I don't know how many more teeny tiny tacos I could eat because we're hit the end of that road. So that literally means I have nothing. There's no fast food that doesn't make me ill just by thinking about it.
I always say the first one that I turned my back on was Burger King. And that was in college. That was like almost 30 years ago. I said, my stomach can't take it.
And Burger King, I'm not sure I had in this millennium.
Well, I'll say this.
I think I was in high school the last time I, by choice, went to Carl's Jr.
I'm starting to turn my back on Carl's as well. Carl's has been hanging on for me. Not that it's great, although I tell people, you go in there and you're like, ooh, Oreo shake sounds delicious. And then you taste it and it's got some kind of weird filmy,
because their fake ice cream is shittier than McDonald's fake ice cream.
Correct. 100%. 100%.
I remember Carl's Jr. as a kid because they had the California burger, which was an Ortega chili with some white cheese on your burger. And
That's
that
all
was
you
like
need.
the California burger.
That's how we do it in California. 100%. No question. Anyway, why are we talking about this? Let's get this train
Because
back
it's
on the
more
track.
interesting than this shit.
Jump in to Jack's back. What's the story? What do you got?
My last comment is Jack in the Box is the more commercial version of a Dairy Queen, a Tasty Freeze. It's like the cleaned up cousin. It's all still burgers and everything fast, deep fried. It's just slightly elevated Dairy Queen.
I will say this about Jack in the Box. It's like if you only knew them from the commercials, you would think they're just as good as the other crap that you get at fast food. And it is not. It is at least 2 steps below McDonald's or any of these other crappy.
But they are
all
slick
crappy.
Rick with their marketing.
100%.
Like they had the Snoops midnight snack.
Right.
They got
100%.
a T-Pain snack. They've
T-Pain.
got dude. And then there's like a little Jack in the Box that is like Snoop Jackie or something like that.
Now I want to order the T-Pain meal. If they got that, I'm in. I'm in T-Pain.
They're already sold out like right away.
I don't doubt it. Okay.
Dude.
Jack's back. What do you?
They know what they are. They're for 2 a.m.
Right.
For you and your baked friends, or you and your friends coming home at the bar
For
and want
meth
a bucket
addicts
of
who
trash.
scrounged up a couple bucks.
No, meth heads are not eating. So
they're not eating at all.
They're not eating. People on speed are just still looking for more money for more speed. Now, come on, Kevin.
More money, more problems.
Yes.
Jack's back. Third time.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I fucking hate it. It's dumb. All I like is Robert California. And I love that he's driving the Ted Bundy of Volkswagen.
The Bundy. The Bundy.
Yeah. The Bundy. And I just finished the Ed Gein finally. So I feel like there's a lot of serial killer business going on. Also in our William Golden book, there's also references to a Volkswagen, the Nazi car.
Fair enough. Okay, I got to walk you through this, ladies and gentlemen, because this shit is convoluted and nonsensical like you wouldn't believe.
All I remember, the first thing I remember is some dude offering to give a hooker a homemade abortion.
It wasn't a free abortion, by the way. It was $200, but they come to your
$200.
house.
She said, do you take checks? He's like, do you?
Fair question.
The most surprising thing, and I'm just going to skip ahead. James Spader comes in. She's dead. He's like, I don't know. I went out to get her prescription and I found her like this. So says Jack. I'm like, the prescription that you wrote? Or
yes.
Because he don't look like a doctor.
Well, he works in the free clinic that, okay, James Spader is a medical student. He's at the point where he can now like see patients and shit. He's like at that level of being a medical student.
He was working at an abortion clinic for free. So that's great.
They do other things. Okay, they do. Yes, this is what they think in the red states. This is how they think we roll in California, where it's just back alley abortions by the bushel. Okay, so forced for 100, whether you want one or not. We're coming in. So he works at the free clinic, and this is how he's getting his doctor hours or whatever. But he also, on his free time, goes to the homeless shelter and gives free medical shit and is like alerting the media, hey, we got a big homelessness problem. We need to help these people. And by the way,
he's a saint.
He's I guess that's why that's there, just to establish he is Mother GD Teresa, right? He's burning it both candle both ends.
Brother Teresa.
Right. Where like literally you're already working at the free clinic, bro. Right? You're at the free clinic. That's free. And he's also making house calls.
You smell like sin. Like, what are you making up for? What are you making
That's
up
what
for?
the boss was like. Hey, yelling at the
Mhm.
prostitute. You're 2 weeks past the deadline. Think about your child. What will my pimp say? See, this is the issues that we're dealing with. This is real. This is real
This
shit.
is snatched from the pages of the news. It's just so
100%.
it's like Law and Order. So the
100%.
question is, he's such a goody two shoe. Why is he not talking to his brother at all?
His brother's kind of a up. Like, he's the bad boy. When he's helping the old woman wrap the gauze around her up hand, he's like, let me guess, Ricky's the bad one. My brother Ricky's also the bad seed. He kind of established kind of a throwaway line.
So you've abandoned your brother instead of trying. So he's not so good. He's
Well,
not so good.
it's not clear if there's abandonment or if it's just, even though we shared the womb, we got to go our separate ways. I got to
Because
work at Foot Locker. You got to become a Mother Teresa.
because the twin, he's not a saint, but do we see how is he bad?
They
How is he
established,
bad?
number one, he's got a scar on his face, which you know is bad.
Well, there you go. So if you
That's
see anyone with facial scars, make sure you
facial
kill them.
scarring means you're
Kill
bad.
them. They're evil.
We're jumping way ahead because the shit is nuts. When later, okay,
And nuts is overly enthusiastic because that implies something was happening.
so you are okay. Let's go back. So
Continue, sir. You
he's
might have to
working at the-
remind me. I think I slept into a coma at some point. I was
he's
like,
about to get
Jesus
fired
Christ,
from the free
Lord.
clinic, which it takes a lot to get fired from the free clinic. Let's be honest. He's fired, almost fired from the free clinic because he spends too much time helping the homeless, essentially. So while he's there wearing his seersucker jacket, a woman comes out, a prostitute, and is admonished by the boss about how, she's pregnant and she's a hooker, blah, 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 blah. James Spader looks at her and there's a flash of recognition. He recognizes her. And later, we see him flipping through like a photo album or a shoebox or whatever. This chick was his prom date in high school. So that's how he recognized her. He's like, oh shit. That, by the way, that must have been quite a shock when you realize your prom date, now a hooker on the street. Not
And
to,
apparently 10 years older than yourself also. Let's throw that in.
well, maybe she was a hooker at the time.
That
Who's
is
to
a
say?
surprise.
Right. 100%.
And that lady went on to be on like all this like popular things. Next
Like what?
Generation, brother. Next Generation. There's more than one person in this movie from Next Generation.
That is true. That is true. We're going to talk about that. So he's like, oh, she seems to be having hard times. I'm going to go drive to her house. But we've already established that somebody else also went to her house to administer a back alley abortion for $200. We've skipped something we haven't even talked about, which is fucking crazy that we've skipped it. The backdrop of all this shit is that there's been a series of Jack the Ripper style murders gripping the Southland. And literally, you'd think that would be this movie, right? Where we're going one murder after another. No.
I was like, this could be kind of cool. I was like, who doesn't like a little Jack the Ripper?
100%. And it's literally it's the 100-year anniversary of this death, right? Jack the Ripper killed 6 prostitutes, blah, 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 blah. But when we join the story, there's one murder left. There's one goddamn murder left. What are we doing here? And the cops
I had
are
about
baffled.
one last nerve left also watching this
100%. So when James Spader gets to his prom date's apartment, he walks into the door and she's been murdered. There's blood everywhere. And he's like, what the hell? Then showing up behind him was this big kind of Cro-Magnon dude who also works in the free clinic. Presumably he's also a doctor.
He's the one who takes the fat out to the dumpster to make the soap. And something that should be very clear to you, all murderers have cut off sleeves. For those not listening,
What do you mean?
Is currently dressed just like the murderer.
People ask me about this. Here's the thing. I'm a school teacher.
If everyone is asking you about the cut off sleeves,
they got to know.
Reflect. Maybe a trip to the free clinic.
maybe a trip. Couldn't hurt. When I get home from work, I'm getting into my comfy clothes and the cutoff shirts.
One sleeve at a time? Is that
whip them off like the Hulkster.
Hulk smash.
Hulks. Not that. Or I guess either Hulk. Hulk Hogan or just the
any of your Hulks.
Any of your garden variety Hulks. 100%. Anyway. So now James Spader's like, oh shit, Jack, the guy who works at the clinic with me, you're the murderer. So he's chasing Jack. And for one crazy, unmotivated moment, they get in their cars, they're driving. James Spader drives directly back to the clinic. Unclear why. Walks in the door and proceeds to start to call the cops. And he says, I know who the Jack the Ripper killer is. Jack reappears behind him, says, no, like proclaims his innocence. I didn't do it. I gave a back alley abortion.
I went to get her prescription.
What prescription would that be, by the way?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Unclear.
Her staph infection, her birth control, her sinusitis. Yeah.
Unclear. And it's great that is that part of the $200 service? That after performing the surgery, you rush off to the pharmacy for me. Hey, that might be worth it at that stage of the game.
And quite frankly, she's fully dressed. She doesn't even have her nylons off at this point.
Correct.
So this is some wizarding world you got going there.
It's the wizarding world of abortion. So he's attacked.
It's the ride Disney doesn't talk about.
That is true. So the dude is literally strangling James Spader. And you're like...
That's a mark of innocence.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't do it, and I'm going to kill you to prove it. Right. He's strangling him. James Spader seemingly expires, and the guy's now going to put a noose around his neck and kind of make it look like suicide. But James Spader wakes up again, and this was kind of an upsetting moment because he kind of yanks him back. And he's like pulling him up, and you keep waiting for James Spader to kind of slip out of it, do some goddamn thing. Doesn't. He hangs him, and he's dead. Then a smash cut, and this is where I was like, what the is happening now? James Spader wakes up in bed. Oh, I'm having a nightmare.
I think this is the part I was like, what the is happening here?
What the is happening? What is happening? So then you're like, okay.
This thing makes no goddamn sense.
Is this a premonition? Is he seeing his own death? But I guess at this point we're supposed to realize that this James Spader has a slightly cooler haircut. The doctor had kind of like a comb forward kind of move like this, where this one had kind of a flock of seagulls kind of feather move kind of thing.
That's the mark of evil, the feathered hair.
The feather. So he goes to the clinic and we see, hey, there's a body getting pulled out in the body bag. Oh shit, so he is dead? Who the is this guy?
So why is other Spader at the clinic?
Because he had, they talked about this, that sometimes identical twins have some kind of a Corsican brothers thing going on there, where it's like if one gets killed.
We should take our sister's twins and experiment on them and see if that's true.
Poke one with a needle and see if the other cries?
That's
right. Is that your plan? I guess we can do a feather. We don't have to go right to the needles, I guess.
No, I think it has to be a needle now that you've
said it. It has to be the needles. And so James Spader is there. He's got his leather jacket. Because the other guy wore a seersucker coat. This guy's wearing his leather jacket. Another clue that he's from the wrong side of the tracks.
Feathered hair. He's like Dylan McCabe, or whatever his name, from 90210.
You hit it right on the nail right there.
I'm a genius.
What's funny is James Spader, just his like affectation, the way he talks, the way he delivers lines. I could see that guy being this young doctor. Right? The
Yes.
moment you're telling me, because the cops are like talking about him. They're like, oh, he's got a bunch of petty crimes. He was a member of the L.A. Aces, that street gang. And I'm like, this
No, he
guy?
wasn't.
What?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding? What?
No,
This is
that's
Jay
a lie.
with his like, it's almost like kind of an upper crust, like prep school way that he talks. I'm like, get the hell out of
Absolutely.
here.
Bill, if you said he was a part of the Billionaire Boys Club, I think, oh yeah, I see that.
100%.
He was never in a fucking street game. Let's be clear. That is ridiculous. James Spader.
It was goddamn
Is
ridiculous.
beyond his affectations, his accent. That's not real.
It's like,
No
okay,
one-
Go
He's
ahead.
not that great an actor to pull
No.
that off. He's still James Spader. We just like James Spader.
That's right. It's not a Heath Ledger transformation. Okay? It's literally
God,
like,
I thought he was a Hell's Angel. I thought he was a hobo. But no, it's really Heath Ledger. Wow. Yeah.
it's hard to
Not that.
believe. So, oh my God. So he's like, I need to go and figure out who did this crime because Jack basically framed him he killed him and then like framed him for the murder, I guess. I don't know how he framed him. I think it was a case of when James Spader is chasing Jack out of the apartment, a woman comes out and James Spader turns to her and says, call the cops. And she looks in the apartment, sees the body and starts screaming. So I guess, that's the eyewitness? Is
That's
that what?
the eyewitness.
Now,
She saw a man leave.
He did say call the cops.
Yes.
Which you'd think you wouldn't say if you were the murderer, but who's to say? He's also got blood on his coat or some shit from I don't know.
Jack conveniently threw him on top of the corpse.
He did. So the cops are like, "Oh, we're good." Now we didn't stop the crimes. Every murder that Jack the Ripper recreated didn't stop any of those. But I guess now we captured this dude post-mortem. So okay, we're good.
Are we to assume that everyone of the victim of this new Jack the Ripper are from the free clinic?
Ooh, I guess that makes sense, doesn't it? That makes sense.
There's no discussion about that at all.
No one makes that connection. Even when they think the good James
It's like a
Spader was the
Giallo
murderer.
movie, and it's the secretary and the reporter who solved all the crimes.
Yes, 100%. The cops in this movie are really just a hindrance. They're really just a hindrance because they're convinced good James Spader was the murderer. Rest in peace. Now they're starting to look at bad James Spader a little bit. We're like, well, he was a member of that street gang. So clearly he did just move to town
He's
2
more
months ago.
mediocre Spader.
Well, okay. He's a bad boy, though, is what I mean when I say bad, right?
Well, he was wearing a leather jacket, so yeah.
He is turning his life around, though. He's got a 9 to 5, right? He's working. He's a manager. He's not just working at Second Soul, which I guess is a real shoe place. he manages that place, so he's doing fine for himself. Am I right?
Dude, that's right. That's right.
So the cops are following him. He goes to the clinic to ask some questions. He's like, "Hey, my brother was just murdered. Maybe you guys," or because everyone else thinks he committed suicide. And he's like, no. And no one knew that James Spader had a twin brother. So everywhere place he walks into, people are like, oh, my, this woman working at the counter goes, oh, ay Dios mío, when she sees him and crosses herself. Because she's like, what the hell is this guy doing here?
So it's like they're total, like, they have no friends. No one knows them. Am I right?
James Spader, good James Spader, evidently told no one that he's got a twin goddamn brother running around in the same town.
I feel like when you have friends, they do ask about your family from time to time.
You would think. Like, literally, he's got, like, close friends. Because one of the ways that they exonerate him after his death is 2 of his buddies were like, we were in San Diego for a basketball tournament. So he couldn't have done the murders for blah, 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 blah. He didn't tell any of those guys you got a twin? Nope. Didn't mention it.
No can do. Didn't mention parents, where they grew up, anything. Stranger danger.
There was
They
a
play
great
basketball.
there was a funny
It is
moment.
though the way boys are. Did you
Ain't
ask
no
your friend
lie.
about his cancer? No, he didn't
Never.
bring it up.
It didn't come up. It
It
didn't come.
didn't come up.
You were in the hospital room. Didn't mention it. I don't know what you're talking about. He's getting his chemo. You didn't feel the need to bring it up? No, never mentioned it.
No, he would have felt awkward if I'd asked.
We didn't want to talk about it. The guys don't talk about such things. James Spader goes to the clinic to ask questions, and the mean boss, who he literally is like, "Get the hell out of here! I'm going to call the cops." It's like the dude's brother just died. Even if you don't want him causing a ruckus, you could probably handle it a little nicer. Of course, it's all revealed later who the real Jack the Ripper guy is. Because it's not even the murder. We know of one murderer in the cast. One murderer has been established 5 minutes into the movie, right? But that's not
we
the
don't
Jack the Ripper.
see him murder her.
We see Jack murder James Spader.
So this doesn't even fucking make sense. So what's happening? Is this just in the backdrop of the Jack the Ripper? So the prostitute was not killed by Jack the Ripper.
No, she was.
Well, which one is Jack the Ripper? Jack or
Jack
the weird
is
guy
not
at the
Jack
end?
the Ripper because they established.
That's what I'm saying.
This is the shit that's crazy.
But if he's not Jack the Ripper, did he kill the prostitute?
No, he just performed an abortion.
So he killed James Spader for no apparent reason.
He
Just
killed
to avoid
James.
some heat.
He killed James Spader because number one, he has rage issues, unrelated. But because James Spader was going to call the cops and say, "Hey, I saw this dude coming out of the room where the murder occurred." So to defend, it is crazy.
Stupid.
It is crazy because you see the guy Jack. His name's Jack. Okay,
Yeah.
number one. We see him basically going like I kept waiting for a moment where the guy Jack, he murders James Spader to have like some remorse or some kind of moment where he's like, God, he made me kill him because he was going to something along those lines. I wanted to see some kind of like, oh shit. And you never see that.
Just went on and now he's trying to kill the twin brother.
Right.
Which makes me think that perhaps he's done this before.
Well, they say that his real name was Jack something, but that's not his real name. He was from Ohio. And when he was in Ohio, he was convicted of rape, but he skipped bail or some shit and changed his name and came here and became a medical student or some shit.
Well, why did they have him be a rapist? Because that is still a different thing than just murdering everybody.
With your bare hand.
A different thing.
With your bare, he didn't like go buy a gun. Although later in the movie you see him trying to shoot James Spader. He literally strangled the life out of him without a moment's hesitation. So again, he's not even though he's called Jack, he's not Jack the Ripper. The Jack the Ripper is a grand reveal later in the movie.
Jesus Christ.
The shit is crazy. It's like, number one, why did there have to be twins in this?
No reason. Why did there have to be in Giallo, Adrian Brody playing two fucking roles? Just to be shitty.
So how can I make this just a little shittier?
How can I make this movie a little bit shittier? Dual roles. Yeah.
Dual roles. Because and that's the thing. The two James Spaders basically act entirely the same. There's no difference between these two performances.
In the double Jeremy Irons, the twins were completely different.
Right. Not in this. I mean, again, you tell us this one went to medical school and this one joined a street gang. But in presentation, other than their hair is a little different and one wears a leather jacket, there is no difference in the way they talk, the way they carry themselves.
This is not one of his finer roles.
It
really is not.
There's a scene in this that I was laughing about. Because now James Spader's like, Jack is the one who murdered my brother, so I'm going to go get him. He goes to his apartment, which is a nice apartment for a guy managing the Second Soul, but who's to say? In the apartment, there are cardboard boxes everywhere. So I guess he just moved in. Fine. But then there's a wooden fucking crate in the middle of his thing that he has to get a crowbar and open, like the Ark of the Covenant is inside. What are we doing? And then he pulls out a gun. So it's like, so you got a gun? You have guns in this crate? What is happening? What is your backstory? Are you like a gun runner now? What is happening? Never explained. No explanation.
It's ridiculousness.
And again, I want to go back to the fact that I guess the homeless community that depended on James Spader, they're getting no more help now because we never reference them again. There's no more talking about the homeless problem.
SOL. Yeah. Sorry. Clinic shut down. The homeless shelter had to turn away all their poor families.
Pretty much.
Thank you, Jack the Ripper.
The free clinic, before this movie is over, loses three doctors. Okay, so I don't know.
I'm not going to the free clinic. They hire serial rapists and murderers.
And rapists and murderers.
And bad twins.
100%. 100%. We didn't talk about the fact that Robert Picardo, who we've seen in a few things, plays the psychologist who was just hired by the police department to get to the bottom of this whole Jack the Ripper thing. You looking at something? What are you doing?
I was looking at my notes and I can't read them. Yeah, that makes no sense. Why is he seeing a psychiatrist, psychologist, who is then reporting to the police?
Well, number one, the cops hire him to help with the case, but not until after 5 people have already been killed. And then seemingly doesn't do anything to assist in to stop the 6th murder from occurring. So that's
I thought he was the murderer because he pulls out a gun right before he hypnotizes James Spader again.
Well, they establish that the murderer was left-handed and smoked, which could have been anybody in this movie. This is some strong 80s smoking. It is nonstop. People are smoking. There's one scene where James Spader is helping a guy buy some running shoes. And the dude he's helping is just sitting there, just puffing away, blowing smoke in the guy's face.
Aerobic shoes.
That's right. Can these are they good for aerobics? Sure, you can wear them for aerobics. I don't know. Who gives a shit? Just buy the goddamn shoes.
It does remind me of a time when you went to buy shoes and people would put them on your feet. Even at Nordstrom's, they don't do that anymore.
They bring out
at you on the way.
They bring out that crazy little measuring tool on your foot to figure out what the fuck. As if every shoe had the same size on it. No, you'd have to eventually put a shoe on at some point. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The psychologist hypnotizes freaking evil James Spader or good James Spader, whatever, the one who's still alive.
We're unsure.
Unclear. And is able to kind of bring him back, and that's how James Spader is able to now picture the murderer's face. Okay? Later in the movie...
Because when they were squeezing the life out of his twin, the ideas popped over into his brother's brain. Is that basically it?
I will say again, it was shocking to me that they killed James Spader, but not quite so shocking as when his twin arrived. I was like, what is happening? Later in the movie, James Spader goes and buys a gun, goes to the house where Jack lives, breaks into his house, and attacks him. The cops come and arrest Jack, when they should have arrested James Spader for breaking into a person's house and with no evidence attacking him.
It was a different time, Kevin.
I guess so. Makes no sense. The good thing is that Jack promptly goes to the cops and says, "Yes, I murdered James Spader's brother. It was me. I was doing back alley abortions and then I murdered him. Why did you confess to these crimes? Unclear. So good times." So we think
that was weird. We haven't even mentioned that there's some little Trixie that's running around with James Spader.
Correct.
Who went on to play Karen Carpenter. So I was like, wait a minute. I started deep diving her biz. But anyway, they show up at the dirty video store or the
Strip club.
peekaboo club,
Yes.
strip club, whatever it is, because James Spader needs a gun, right?
Yes.
And he works in a shoe store, but he has $500 in cash because that's what everybody carries around. $500 in cash. But no bullets. We don't sell bullets here.
Right. You have to go to a
And then
sporting
they never
store for
went
that.
and got bullets, and there was no reason for that at all.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, I guess he was using the gun to intimidate the
Yeah, that
Jack.
makes sense.
I guess. But the good thing is James Spader is now, this James Spader
As far
has some
as
kind of
I know,
martial arts shit
has
that he
a gun
does.
with bullets.
Unclear.
There was a shootout at one point.
Well, because okay, let's go back. Remember, James Spader pulled a gun out of the wooden trunk. That gun had bullets, I guess, but he was attacked from behind by Jack, and Jack took that gun.
Right. So his plan was to intimidate Jack with a gun with no bullets, knowing that Jack has a gun with bullets.
That's correct.
Okay.
It's not a well
and we never see
plan.
that f***ing gun again. That was the most ridiculous.
So what else we got, Aaron? Anything else?
There is a brand new Polaroid 600.
Yes, because the Jack the Ripper guy takes pictures of the prostitutes he murders. So there you go.
Very nice. Well, Polaroid always did have that kind of naughty reputation. Like, yeah, people used it for fun photos, but really, people used it for the photos that they didn't want to send to the 1 hour photo dude.
Because you don't have to get it developed. It develops itself.
You don't have to get it develops itself. So even now, it's one of the favorite things that people post of Polaroids is naughty pictures of their girlfriends / wives.
Or both.
Or.
So at this point, we're like, we know the guy Jack has murdered before. So is he not the murderer? What's happening? I mean, is there more than one murderer? We kind of think. I think we were supposed to.
So he's not Jack the Ripper, but he's a murderer because he killed James Spader.
Correct.
Maybe he's what do they call it? Like not a Spader file, but Spader side. What's the correct?
He suffers from Spaderphobia, is what it is.
Spaderphobia that sends him into a Spader rage, followed by Spader side.
Correct. So he goes back to the psychologist who hypnotizes him again, relives the murder again, but this time he envisions while the guy is hanging him, he looks over and there's the fucking guy kind of peeking out like peekaboo, looking at him while he's getting murdered. It was the craziest facial expression.
Make any sense?
Correct. What would that prove? It proves that a guy saw him, that the dude saw him get murdered. That's all that proves. But somehow, to James Spader, that proves, no. He's the murderer. He's the Jack the Ripper character, the boss of the clinic. And now he makes the leap of, and now that dude's going to come and murder the girl who's been helping me. Why? Unclear. Right?
That dude who peeked in the window, he looked an awful lot like the weird professor from Beyond.
No, he did not. What he did look like is because he was in another movie about the same time. He was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure playing Sigmund Freud. How about that? Looking exactly the same. Same beard, same glasses, everything.
God, yeah, I gotta tell you, not a fan of Bill and Ted.
Not a fan. So he is now going to go murder the other chick. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't suspect that her boss is the murderer. It's seeming like a random murder for no reason. So James Spader drives through town in his fancy car. The cops are chasing him along. Sirens are wailing.
But they never catch up with him.
They never catch up with him.
All of LAPD, it's like the juice is loose all over again. But
Ford Bronco.
they maintain like a half a mile distance the entire time. Enough time for James Spader to stop in front of the house, go into the house, rescue the lady, and then just in the nick of time, the LAPD shows up.
Well, what's funny about this? So again, the cops are chasing James Spader. They think he's the one going crazy, right? He jumps through the window. He's wrestling with the Jack the Ripper guy. Jack the Ripper guy is like holding a scalpel over his face, trying to get him. Cops are pounding on the door. As the cops, or just before the cops come in, he turns the tables onto Sigmund Freud, and now he's got the scalpel, and he's murdering Sigmund Freud. If I was a cop walking in the door, I'd be like, I need to shoot this guy because he's murdering somebody right in front of him.
Sigmund Freud.
He's murdering Sigmund Freud, so he must be murdered. And that's how it ends. Credits roll.
This movie is a piece of shit. It is so shitty, Kevin.
It is convoluted madness, is what I will say. It's like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, where it's like, why make these choices? How did these choices all come together?
In the universe of Jack the Ripper, time after time gets the Palme d'Or a con compared to this shit. And you know that's one of my guilty pleasures, but in the world of Jack the Ripper, this has got to be one of the worst movies of that theme. Yeah.
I agree. I
don't. Yeah.
There's
nothing more to be said. It is a cast full of people you've seen in other things.
True. I will say this. I did not find it boring. It sounds like you found it boring. I just found it nonsensical.
I thought it was boring because you can be nonsensical and entertaining. That gives me more to complain about versus I'm just bored.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, why don't we go? Why don't we go behind the scenes, shall we?
Let's. There better be something good, but I suspect it's just as boring as what was in front of the scenes.
I like this. This is the first bit of trivia. It says, not a TV movie. It was initially released in theaters.
Well, it feels like a TV movie or a direct-to-video, but we assure you that we were stupid enough to send this out to the theaters.
100%. Director Rowdy Harrington originally wanted the movie to be titled Red Rain and the Peter Gabriel song of the same name to play in the opening credits.
They can't afford no Peter Gabriel. Get out of here.
They could not. So they hired somebody.
They think they are.
They hired somebody to create kind of a fake-o version of Red Rain called Red Harvest. And that played over the opening credits. Good stuff. Jesus Christ. First collaboration.
He ain't going to save you on that.
No, he's not. First collaboration for Rowdy Harrington and James Spader. They would work again in The Stick Up in 2002 and Eyewitness in 2003.
Unfamiliar.
Rowdy,
I don't know, brother. You do have a Hollywood name, though.
First film written and directed by Rowdy Harrington. How about that?
A little too rowdy.
At one point, the captain asks, do identical twins have the same fingerprints? They do not. Identical twins share the same DNA, but their fingerprints are different.
I did not know that. Another experiment for our nephews.
Producer Joel Silver chose director Rowdy Harrington to helm his upcoming film Roadhouse, based on his work on this film. How about that?
You know, I never saw Roadhouse.
Really?
No.
It's a GD classic. Love it.
Yeah.
Hard to believe. Let's look at the cast and crew, shall we?
Let's go.
Directed, as I said, by Rowdy Harrington. Written and directed, let me just say. You know him?
I'm concerned about his education, if he actually wrote that shit. Go ahead.
He directed Roadhouse in 1989. He wrote Striking Distance, which is a Bruce Willis movie from 1993.
Unfamiliar.
He wrote The Stick Up in 2002.
You keep saying words that have no meaning to me.
And he worked in the camera and electrical department on 1984's Repo Man. How about that?
Was that before or after this? Did he
That was
upgrade or downgrade?
that was before, but again, camera and electrical department, not
Yeah,
writer or director.
yeah.
Let's take a look. James Spader played John and Ricky
Ooh,
in his
he
dual
played
role.
both roles.
Played both roles, shockingly enough. You know him from 218 episodes of The Blacklist. How about
You
that?
know, I've never seen an episode of that, but I believe our
Nor
parents
I.
watched that.
Nor I. He was in 101 episodes of Boston Legal
I did see a few episodes of that with the Shat.
with the Shat. Now, I'm trying to think. Is Boston Legal, because I remember The Practice and Ally McBeal both existed in the same universe. I think Boston Legal also lives in that same universe, if I'm not
Well, how about
mistaken.
this? I never watched Ally McBeal or The Practice.
I
How
used to
about
love Ally McBeal. Used to love
that? No,
it
she cut her hair.
until she cut her hair. That was it. She didn't. Well, first of all, that's Felicity.
Oh,
Number two,
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Ally McBeal's hair was untouched. You also know
Oh,
James
but
Spader.
she's off with Harrison Ford though.
Married to Harrison Ford, who's like
Yeah.
30 years her senior, if I know this
Mhm.
correctly. You know him from Sex, Lies, and Videotape in 1989.
Excellent film.
In 2015, he played Ultron in Avengers: Age of Ultron. How about that?
I'm sad to say I did see that, and I'm not a fan.
I always talk about my favorite Spader is Steph from Pretty in Pink. It is his performance is so amazingly douchey. It's like you gotta luxuriate in that as well.
80s king of the douche. He
Oh,
was king.
100%. Who
But
else do we
you're
want to talk about?
skipping out on his most triumphant role of Robert California. It is such a perfect Spader. He's douchey and a little bit sexy. It's very disturbing.
Did you know he was on an episode of Seinfeld? Where
Yes.
he's working at a yogurt
Yes.
shop or something?
That's right. It's part of the 12. You didn't come to me. You didn't apologize for making fun of me. You said my giant head would stretch out your cashmere sweater. George Costanza goes to challenge him while he's just got out of recovery and is working at an ice cream store because George Costanza is the worst.
He was in one episode playing the role of Jason Hankey. How about
What
that?
a name. That has to be somebody they knew. What a terrible name.
He was only in 25 episodes of The Office as Robert California, I'm sad to say.
I had this whole discussion with our other nephew, Preston. Robert California. We both agree.
Okay, fair enough. Cynthia Gibb played Chris Muscari. We talked about her barely at all. She was the love interest, I guess.
We didn't even, if I hadn't interjected for 1 second about getting the gun, she would not have been mentioned in this review at all.
Sad but true. She was in
played
50.
Karen Carpenter.
She did do that in the Karen Carpenter story. She was in 56 episodes of Fame from 1983 to 1987.
Forever. I did watch a little bit of Fame. Not as good as the movie.
She was in Salvador, which is the James Woods movie, the Oliver Stone.
Okay.
She was in Short Circuit 2.
No.
She was in the TV movie Gypsy about Gypsy Rose Lee. How about that?
How about that? So apparently I only know her from the Karen Carpenter story.
100%.
Was she getting all anorexia and her evil parents and her crazy brother are pressuring her?
I only remember her because she was in the Jean-Claude Van Damme Fight Fest Death Warrant. How about that?
I feel like we've seen that.
Robert Picardo played Dr. Carlos Batera, who is the psychologist who strangely is a grown-ass man but lives with his mom. Like they make a point to have his mom come down the stairs.
Mother.
I don't know what the hell that was.
Oh, yeah.
It was so bizarre. You know him for 168 episodes of Star Trek
I was
Voyager.
gonna say Star Trek Voyager.
He was in 60 episodes of China Beach. How about that?
That used to be a big thing. That was a huge
Absolutely.
series.
Dana Delaney at her
Yeah.
finest. He was in Star Trek First Contact as holographic doctor.
That's
Okay.
right. I like
He-
First Contact. That was good.
That was good. He was in Inner Space, the Dennis Quaid vehicle,
Oh, Jesus.
playing the cowboy. And I always talk about him in one of my favorite movies, The Howling. He was the evil rapist werewolf who's not quite dead yet because you got to shoot him with silver bullets.
If you're a werewolf, are you a rapist? Like, are dogs rapists?
That's a question. I don't know if I know the answer to that. Sweet Jesus. Let's look at the ratings.
ChatGPT.
Let's look at the ratings, shall we? Jack's Back currently has 71%, based only on 7 reviews, though, I'm sad to say.
And 6 of them were James Spader and his children.
Could be. Do you know what the audience gave it?
56.
39.
Oh!
Not too good. There is only one top critic here, I'm sad to say. But I'm happy to say it's Roger Ebert, because he literally reviewed every movie in the world.
Let's go, bro.
It's not a great movie, but it's the kind of film that makes you curious about what Harrington will do next. 3 out of 4.
No, it's not. That's a lie.
Isn't that shocking?
That's a lie.
That's
I
a
was
lie.
not curious as to what he would do next. I was curious if this was going to run longer than 90 minutes. That's what I was curious about.
Fair. Let's talk to our in-house movie critic, AI Rex Reed. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Jack's Back is a moody, muddled thriller where James Spader acts opposite himself and still loses the argument, proving that even Jack the Ripper deserves a better comeback tour. So there you go.
Sometimes
for that.
AI is so smart.
AI Rex Reed, he knows what he's got, and he's shown it to all of us. Anywho, Aaron, what is your rating? What's your rating for Jack's Back?
Oh my God. I mean, it's not Cannibal Holocaust.
Shut up.
But I mean, it's more of a who gives a shit and who really wants to buy this t-shirt. And I'm going to say no one will. So I'm going to give it 1.5. Because maybe James Spader historically wants to keep this alive. But the Library of Congress doesn't need a copy of this. The National
Fair.
Archives does not need this, and I need never see it again. So, as I said, 1 middle finger to James Spader out of a possible 5 middle fingers.
I think you're crazy. I don't think it's that bad. It's not good. It's clearly not good.
Did you buy it?
I own it now. No, I do not.
Shit. Shut your
I
mouth.
own it on multiple mediums. I got the original laser disc. No, it's the biggest thing about it is like the plot is batshit crazy. It makes it's like such.
But no, you say that like it's a good thing. Like
I do think it's kind of good.
What?
I don't think the movie's good. I think the batshitness is good. I'm gonna give it 2.5.
It's not batshit enough.
It's 2.5 out of 5. I thought.
Oh my God.
The crazy.
I think that is the same thing you gave to Cannibal Holocaust.
That's what I gave to Rosemary's Baby. I think is what it was. It's all the same. It's not. Look again.
I feel a tightness in my chest. I might have to call an ambulance.
Elizabeth, baby, I'm coming to join you. It's not. Look, I'm not saying seek it out, but if you happen to be flippant and you're like, I've lost the use of my legs, it's not the worst thing to watch if you're trapped. So something
like
to
if
think
you've
about.
fallen and you can't get up and it's on, you don't need to ice pick your eyes and ears so you can't hear it or see it. Is that what you mean?
That's what I mean. That's 100% what I mean. Sweet
If
Jesus.
thine movie offends thee, pluck it out.
Pluck it out. Aaron, any last thoughts of Jack's Back?
Dude, ask me about it next week and I'll be like, what? Did we see that?
I don't
It's
believe
already
it.
erased.
Yeah, it's
It's
got to
already
be with
erased.
Jesus. Anywho, so
Jesus rejects you. Go ahead.
So, thank you very much. We are all over the social media landscape.
Well,
We're
we're
on
all
Blue
over
Sky.
the places, right?
We're on Threads. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. You can also watch us on YouTube if you're so inclined. You can email us the podcast that wouldn't die at Gmail. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere the finer podcasts are available. So don't forget to like, share, rate, and review. Won't you? Won't you?
Please.
Aaron, what is your social media situation?
I'm on the gram. I'm also featured in this month's issue of Analog Forever magazine. Whoop whoop. I'm on Artsy and First Dibs. Check it out.
Boom shakalaka. As you know, we like to share our friends and family's thoughts across the internet landscape. Aaron, what are the streets saying?
The streets made some comments about Angel Heart, but none of them make sense. Somebody commented, Angel Heart, heart. And then somebody yelled at them for saying, it's already mentioned in the title. And then somebody else commented, Druzer commented, Tom makes everything that much better. And I don't know what that means.
Like, who's Tom?
I don't know who Tom is. So, thank you. Dezel764 gave us 4 laughing till we're crying. That's about it. How's that?
Fair enough. I actually was talking
I don't know who Tom is. If someone could call it. Oh, I'm back.
Okay.
Hey, Richard Roberts writes, hey, Mr. Roberts, I'm a Roberts also. I don't remember the cheerleaders, but the cobra on the golf course I remember wildly, referring to the monkey.
Oh.
And Leo from Voluntary Input, also referring to the monkey. Never saw this one. Even the commercials for it look dumb. Also, to finish, Kevin from the podcast that wouldn't die run DMC trivia. Oh, I guess I should have opened that all up so I could read it.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. So you'll have to ask Leo what the hell he's talking about.
It's a freak show. It's
what
nonstop
is your Run
madness.
DMC marathon?
I don't know. I'll have to think about
You'll
it.
never know.
Could be anything. Anyway, next week we're discussing the horror classic Wreck, spelled R-E-C.
Like Wreck-Em Ralph?
Like
now, let me
Wreck-Em
ask
Ralph.
you this,
Please.
my brother.
Lay it on me.
Are you sure you want to watch that movie? Because we could always jump ahead and do a Halloween one and release that earlier.
That has nothing to do with this, though.
How dare you?
We could do that, but that wouldn't affect this episode.
All right.
Sweet Jesus.
Sweet Jesus unto the Lord.
Wreck. It's actually a Spanish zombie movie, which inspired the American remake Quarantine that came out about 10 years ago. How can you watch Wreck, R-E-C?
On Telemundo?
You can, perhaps, you racist. It's on Tubi. It's on AMC Plus. It's on Criterion Collection, Philo, Shudder. That's about it. That's if you want to watch for free. If you insist on
is
paying
it dubbed
money,
or is it in Spanish with subtitles?
we're gonna find out the hard way. I've never seen it.
You never know with Tubi.
Never
Remember the
know.
one time we were watching a Giallo film and it would cut between English and Italian, and then at the end it was just straight Italian with no dubbing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Four Flies on Grey Velvet. That was an interesting
Four Flies
movie
on
watching
Grey Velvet,
experience.
yeah. I'm like, I guess we just speak Italian now.
So,
Mamma mia.
what's the matter, you? So, go ahead and watch Wreck on one of those platforms and send in your favorite scenes, favorite quotes, comments, and questions, and we may talk about it on the show. So, thank you very much, and be well.
I say good day, sir.